a video on this gunk. So this gunk is the leftover grapes from functions and any other kind of citrus fruit that I've got knocking around which I'm not going to use the juice for. So say if I've got some bought a load of lemons and they're getting a little bit past the best, I will do something with the juice. I will add the juice to that, and it's always in the freezer. So there's it's just coming open. So any kind of leftover grapes at the end of function, puree them down. Any kind of oranges which I've been using for cocktails, or just want the zest off something. So like the zest off these that I use for Christmas cakes. So any kind of juice that I've got from any kind of citrus fruits goes in there, and the leftover grapes. So there's some red grapes in there, there's some green grapes in there. So it's a nicer colour underneath. So we're going to see if, well, we could do a couple of things with this actually. What we could do is we could strain out the juice and we could ferment it and see what it tastes like fermented. We could turn it into alcohol, and if we can turn it into alcohol, although there's it's quite sharp in kind of flavour, so because there's quite a lot of citrus in there, so it might not ferment too well, but if it does ferment, we can turn it into like a fizzy drink to start off with. It's got a little bit of alcohol in it, tiny little bit, and then we could turn it into some kind of wine, and then if we can turn it into some kind of wine, we could then leave it to be then turned into a fruit vinegar. But what I thought I'd do, I thought we'd have a go at turning it into a cordial and see how it turns out. So strain it through like a few layers of muslin cloth. It's a clean muslin cloth, it's just stained because I'm forever straining things like this through all my muslin cloths, so they tend to get stained. It's clean, so but we'll just strain it through. It's 4 layers is that, but 2 should have been fine. And then the pulp that's left will still have quite a bit of flavour in it. So what we'll do with the pulp that's left in the muslin cloth is we'll add some more water to it, and we'll then puree that down and then strain that through a cloth as well, and then we'll get more flavour out of it. And then what we'll do is we will reduce the juice to boil off any most of the liquid, so then we're left with a concentrated fruit syrup, and then we'll add some, if it needs it, we'll add some citrus to it or some citric acid, and then we'll add some, fridge is open again, might be a ghost in the house, and then we'll add some sugar to it, and we'll see how it turns out as a cordial. So it will be a grape and orange cordial essentially, but we'll just see what happens. I'm just curious. I'm always interested in food waste and how we can use it, and not just using it in the same old ways of just turning it into juice and drinking the juice, or that's a bit boring. We could do more interesting things with it. So we have pulp there. It's still got some flavour, so we'll add some water, puree it down again, and you'll kind of think, it's not worth it, but it is, because there's still some flavour in there, and we don't want to waste it, unless you're going to feed that to pigs. If you've got some pigs, or maybe would the dog eat it? I know a dog that'd eat it. But anyway, so a little bit more water just to get it going. That's the only problem with these stick blenders. They need a certain amount, it needs to be liquid a certain amount before it kind of really purees everything down properly. Otherwise you use the liquidizer. Give a little bit more water. We're going to evaporate it off so it doesn't matter that much. Right, that'll do for that. Out of the way, and then what we'll do is we'll use the same cloth again. So look at that colour. That looks like a nice colour, doesn't it? So we'll pour that into there, like that, and then really should put that in something as well. That's annoying, isn't it? Whilst the next motion up. So put in there, because we want to be able to compare how that tastes, how the liquid tastes there, and how the first kind of pressing squeezing tastes. So we need that again. Seems like a bit of a faff, this. It is, in all honesty. But if this is my first video that you're watching, well, all my other videos are me mostly faffing. So one day there'll be a video where I don't faff. And then we'll just let that sit and drip through. We'll collect the juice and then we'll have a look at it afterwards and do a bit of comparison. But this will taste nice already. You know, so any kind of concentration down of this that we do, turn it into a cordial, will be lovely. See, that's nice, just to drink like that. But I do like the option of having something that we can add to other ingredients. So we could add it to like a fizzy wine, like a cava or a prosecco, something like that, and turn it into more of a cocktail. Or we can add it to fizzy water. You know, any kind of, the possibilities are just kind of like a little bit more. Well, there's more possibilities if it's in a concentrated form rather than if it's just in that form, because all we can really do to that to turn it into a cocktail is just add vodka or gin, which would be nice. But if we turn it into a cordial, we can do exactly the same thing with the vodka and the gin, plus everything else as well. But anyway, we'll see how it turns out. Squeezed it, well, it's drained in and I've given it a squeeze, so it ends up looking like that, which is an awful mess. It looks, I'm not going to say what it looks like. We could get a little bit more out of that, but that's about all we're going to get out of it. So that can go on the compost. So we haven't wasted that at all. And then this is what we've got underneath. Now it's a little bit cloudy. It's a little bit cloudy, but I'm not that bothered about that. It's only for me. So I'm a little bit more forgiving over the things that I make for myself rather than the things that I want to give to other people or sell. So how's it taste? There's flavour in it. There's flavour in it. Now these might just be a little bit too intense to drink as fruit juices, but if we were to add that to those, they'd be nice. It's like making your cordial drink a little bit too strong, those type of thing. It needs watering down a little bit more. So, what kind of yield have we got? So then we'll kind of know. So it looks like we've got about 3.5 litres, something like that. So we'll see how much cordial that makes. I'll reduce it down. You don't need to see that. It's just a simple case of bringing it up to the boil. Making sure that the flame's not too high, that it burns and caramelizes the outside of the pan with the sugar as it reduces the sugar in the fruit juice as it reduces down, and then we'll get it down to a decent kind of strength, and then we'll add some sugar and then we'll taste it and we'll see if we need to add some acid to it. Well, something acidic, not acid, because that can mean battery acid. We don't want to put battery acid in it, do we? No. Oh, I have reduced the juice. It was, what was it, just short of 4 litres. I've taken it down to about 850 millilitres. It's certainly going to need some lemon in it. I've changed the pan as well because the pan was a bit messy and I didn't want to. There was like sediment coming up the side of the pan and I didn't want that to kind of go into my cordial, so I've changed the pan. You just have to imagine the evaporation process. So that's 2 lemons gone in, juice off, just to kind of, I think that'll be about right. Let's give it a taste. Ooh, I think it's going to be good. And then we want, for 850 millilitres, we want about 350 grams worth of sugar. I reckon about, I don't like my cordials too sweet. I reckon about 100 grams worth of sugar per 250 millilitres worth of reduced juice. So always bring liquids up to the boil. Well, you don't have to, but I always recommend bringing liquids up to the boil and then adding the sugar, because what tends to happen is if we put the sugar and the liquid in together, the sugar wants to drop down to the bottom of the pan and form a raft, and then potentially you could start if you forget about it, and just leave it ticking over, and go off and do something else. What can happen is the sugar can start to caramelise on the bottom of the pan, and then I've got a bottle which I've just sterilised with. When it's clean, I've just sterilised it with some hot water, just to kind of make sure there's nothing else in there. So then we've got a funnel, and then we've got some lids which I've just sterilised in some hot water, into boiling water as well. So just boil it enough that the sugar melts. You can still see there's some sugar crystals. That's good. It's a bit. It just tastes fruity. So you wouldn't be able to say that it's it's predominantly a grape flavour, or predominantly an orange flavour, or a green or like white or white or red grape flavour. It's just fruity and a bit sharp. But I think that's going to be lovely, isn't it? So it just goes to show that I can actually do something with those leftovers. I don't have to do anything else, and it just means that you can make cordial, a nondescript cordial, out of anything you fancy, really. So as soon as this boils, well, we'll pause. You don't need to see it boiling. That's a bit boring, isn't it? Right, that's boiled, and it's also become a little bit more clear. So it was a bit murky, but now it's kind of clarified itself a bit with the sugar. So I think it's going to be lovely, is that? I think it'd be even nice warm. Let's just move things around so we're not struggling with things, and then we'll just have to pour it slightly off camera. See, that's what, I don't know if you can see the bottom of the pan there. It's just caught a little bit. You've just got to be careful of things like that. So how am I going to do this? Not making a mess everywhere. Let's do it off camera. So pour into the bottle. The hot liquid going into the bottle will also kind of sterilise it, but you just want to make sure that everything's clean and sterile. And then if it's going to be in the cupboard, it's not going to start fermenting, which not a bad thing if that's what you wanted. So we've made more than I thought. So how much have we made there? I've got a scale, so I've got a bottle the same size on the scale, so that's going to be, how much have we made? Oh, we've made about, well, yeah, just short of a litre. Just short of a litre. So now put the lid on while they're still hot, and then that'll seal it all naturally. And then, oh, we've made more than a litre because we've got that in those. So we'll just pour that into a. No, that jar's going to go to recycling. Use one of these jars. I've used this straight away, so it doesn't need to be. It's clean. It just doesn't need to be sterile. Oh, so we made maybe 1.1 litre, something like that. Maybe 1.1 litres. I tell you what we can do. Instead of doing a taste test when it's cold, you can just swill out that pan with a little bit of water, and there'll be just enough residue in there that we'll be able to get an idea of what it's going to be like. It won't taste like the fruit juice that we made it out of, because we cooked it, and cooking things changes the flavour of them. So an apple, so think of it this way, an apple, if it's cooked or if it's fresh, it still tastes of apple, but it's different in the way it's the way it tastes. You can still tell it's an apple, but it's changed its flavour. So I'll to be warm, it's quite nice. That's lovely. That's lovely. That's going to be even nicer when it's cold. Didn't have any lemons. I would have used this, which is citric acid, which I get from the a local independent supermarket, which is really good. But some places are a bit funny about selling that because they use it to cook drugs with. But citric acid, just if you haven't got any lemon, I'd just use a little bit of that. You just got to be a bit careful because it's kind of quite acidic, to say the least. So a little bit, add a little bit, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. But anyway, there we go. A lovely fruit cordial made from leftovers and odds and sods. A success.